welcome to a new edition of our program Women's World, and in this edition of the program we will talk about the achievements of Egyptian women and athletes in the Paris 2024 Paralympics. But first we'll go for a short break and we'll be back, so stay tuned.
ناسين اللي فات ودايما باصين لبكره ومفيش حاجه مستحيله تقدر عليه. الجاي في حياتك انت عارفه ورسمه، لكل واحد في حلم مكتوب باسمه. كل الحكايه وما فيها نتعب شويه. امسك في حلمك وخليك وراه. كلمه ده صعب ولا يمكن ولا
Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching Women's World, and now we are joined over the phone by Dr. Hadya Hosni, badminton international champion. Good afternoon, Dr. Hadya.
Good afternoon.
So, as one of our champions, can you tell us some more about women's achievements in Paris 2024 Paralympics?
Paris 2024 Paralympics showed that women can do it. We have 4 out of 7 medals achieved by women. 1 gold by actually they are all in weightlifting, not
yes,
only
and this is so noticeable. Why they are all focused in weightlifting? Why Egypt is excelling in this field?
I think we have strong women.
Yes.
They can bear weights and loads on and burdens.
Yes.
So that's and you know we have also in the Olympics our first golden medal was by my grandfather Said Nasser in 1928. It was also in weightlifting.
Yes.
So I think we are very not in Cairo. I mean, we are very strong in weightlifting in the other governorates. So women who actually can bear burdens, I think that's why we are very strong in weightlifting. Actually, also especially in Paralympics. As I said, 4 medals. The first gold one was by Rehab, and second was silver by Fatma Mahrous, and 2 bronze medals by Safa Hassan and Nadia Ali. And actually, I think Nadia, she's 50 years old, so that shows that age is not the limit, actually.
Okay, what kind of training is needed by these women to achieve such a success?
Training is planned, and it's not a matter of 1 or 2 years. It's a training since their childhood, since they were.
They need to start so early.
Yes, very early. Like the 50-year-old achiever, she started weightlifting since she was 12 years old. So that was a very long time ago. And she had also 4 or 3 earlier medals in different years of Paralympics. So, and it's not only, of course, weightlifting. The Paralympics, especially, they need very special mental training. And I'm sure this is not very available since there were young ages. But I think the last few or the last couple of years, the mental training was very important in the planned. I mean the everyday work that they can
Yes,
reach
mental.
the Paralympics and achieve a medal.
Yes.
So it's mental training, weightlifting training, physical training, and each of them have different physical training for different disability. So Paralympics actually is more hard than the normal Olympic Games. There is different classification, different disabilities.
Yes.
And to achieve 4 medals by women in Paralympic Games, I think this is success for Egyptian women.
Yes. So, Dr. Hadya, also the Egyptian sitting volleyball team also won bronze by defeating Germany 3-2. Now also we can see that Egyptians are again doing a very good job in volleyball team. What's your take on this?
I hope actually that we move this to ladies team events.
Yes.
And we also achieve in volleyball women, hopefully soon. This volleyball team is very strong. It's not their first bronze medal. I
Yes.
think this is the 3rd or 4th consecutive Paralympics medal. And since we can achieve in volleyball, I think we can achieve also in other different team events by good plans, trainings, and this is not a matter also, as I said, of 1 year or 2 years. This volleyball team, men's team, they trained since a lot of years ago, and they have a good plan. I wish that we have a lot of this volleyball men's team in other sports.
And you yourself, Dr. Hadya, you are one of our champions in badminton. Can you tell us more about your experience and how Egyptian women succeed in most of the fields they compete in?
If I talk about early years, it's a self-training, it's a self-funding, but they are very lucky those years that there is, like sports is very important for the Egyptian government and for the president himself. He's taking care and following the sport. So if I talk about badminton, we start from very early age, and the training is almost around 6 hours per day. Besides the physical training, mental training, and also the healthy lifestyle. It's very hard to be a champion, and it's very hard to maintain this. And we can see this by the achievement also in the Olympic Games by Ahmed al-Ginzi in pentathlon. He achieved the medal, and he was committed to achieve another medal, which is more hard and more stressful. Also the same for Sarah Samir. Also it happened before the last Olympic Games for Hadya Malak. And Gianna Farouk also, she was the world champion, and then she got a bronze medal in last Olympic Games, as well as Ferial. She was my student in pharmacy, so it's also a matter of success, not only in sports, but in the whole life. Time management is very important for being a champion, and it's very hard to manage the time. Of course, you will have some ups and downs, but to be a champion is how to get up very fast and be successful as before.
Dr. Hadya, short break. Dr. Hadya will be back to continue this interesting discussion with you, so stay tuned.
Oh my goodness! We witness history. Fatma Elian, the Egyptian.
Welcome back, viewers, and we are still talking to Dr. Hadya Hosni, badminton champion, and she's talking to us about the achievements of Egyptian women in Paris 2024 Paralympics. Yes, Dr. Hadya.
Hello?
Yes. Yes. So, can you tell us more about Egyptian youths? How can we prepare them to be future champions?
Actually, for the youth to be future champions, we should first start on choosing their sports. They should choose their sports according to their also passion, as well as the talents. We should put the talent in its specific sports. I think the early ages and choosing the sports can actually direct them to being champions and to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And being a champion actually is not a must, but maintaining the healthy lifestyle and having a hobby and sport is the success of the government. I think because not all of the country can be champions or Olympic champions. 1, 2, 3, and 20 can be, but the others, they should also maintain their healthy lifestyle and starting the early ages of choosing the sport and actually the good training and the quality, not the quantity, is very, very important in the early ages. Also competitions for me at the moment, I think that competition shouldn't start for the kids, for the very young kids, because it puts more stress on them. So playing for fun is very, very important for young players. I think in any sport, to try different sports and be directed later for the passion and the talent they have is very, very important.
And in your opinion, how can the Ministry of Sports support Egyptian athletes at the coming period? And of course, our champions need special attention from the ministry. How can we do this?
We can do this actually by promoting all other different sports, not only soccer. As you can see, pentathlon, nobody knew about it before, but the federation was very, very active and very strong, and they have players here and they have players there, players playing the university games, players in the Olympic games, players in the school games. They had a very good plan to market their sport and be champions at the end. It depends mainly on the federation, and also, of course, the federation will be backed up by the Ministry of Sports and having funds from Olympic Committee and Ministry of Sports. But the good plan from the federation is very, very important in marketing the sport and having all of the youth to play sports in the school is very, very important. Actually, players, they don't need only the funds, but they need the support, social support, and the mental support is very, very important. You can be a champion and then you don't find any difference, so then you get disappointed and you lose hope. So the achievements should be rewarded. That's how the champions can continue and can be also role models for the young when they see their role models get rewarded, and they can continue and try to be like them because they see how they are rewarded, how they get social attention. This is very important for the youth to look forward to be champions like their role models.
And one final question, Dr. Hadya, why did you choose badminton as a sport?
Actually, it was my great luck to choose badminton. I used to play rhythmic gymnastics, squash, and horse riding, and I was a champion in rhythmic gymnastics, and I was top 8 in squash. But later on, my coach told me, my squash coach, he told me to go and try badminton. I didn't know what is badminton actually. Coach Tamer Rafet, he was my teacher, PE squash teacher. And when I went there, I found that badminton is a mix of all of the sports together. It needs flexibility, it needs very fast reaction, it needs thinking, it needs a great mind. So I was actually overwhelmed by badminton, and it's an individual sport as well as it's also a team event sport. We can play singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. So I actually found myself there, and at the beginning I was not very talented in it, but by the hard work I maintained my success in badminton and went to 3 Olympic Games at the end.
And do we have a new Egyptian generation who is interested in badminton? Do we have new champions?
But we have lack of support. So,
yes, you need more support.
Like in Tokyo, we were 3 qualified, me, Doha, Hani, and Adham Hatem. And they could have qualified as well as other players in Tokyo, in Paris. But the problem is that they need great plan, they need good
more
management
support.
And good support, yes, of course. Because
yes.
it's not only funds. I mean, the support is the good plan, the good training, the good choice of tournaments that they can play. And it's a very long story short, is that they need support, of course, from the federation.
Yes, Dr. Hadya Hosni, badminton international champion, thank you for being with us. Short break, the viewers, and we'll be back, so stay tuned.
ناسيين اللي فات ودايما باصين لبكره ومفيش حاجه مستحيله تقدر عليه.
الجاي في حياتك انت عارفه ورسمه،
لكل واحد في حلم مكتوب باسمه. كل الحكايه وما فيها نتعب شويه. امسك في حلمك وخليك وراه. كلمة ده صعب ولا يمكن ولا
And by that, dear viewers, we come to the end of today's edition of our program Women's World. Thank you for watching.